Greetings everyone. Today we have with us Dr. Nirmal Sharma, who is currently working as a Vice Chancellor of Bhagwan Mahavir University, Surat, Gujarat. Dr. Sharma has over 40 years of cross-functional experience, including 20 years with Indian Air Force, 2 years with a software company, and 18 years in academic at a senior level for UG and PG teaching, including 4 years of rich academic research experience. He was with Indian Air Force for 20 years and was attached to the Ministry of Defence for about 6 years. I would like to thank Sir for giving us this opportunity to interview him and being a part of our initiative, Thoughtful Leaders. We'd like to hear it from Sir regarding himself and a bit about Bhagwan Mahavir University.
Yeah, good afternoon, Shita. This is Dr. Nirmal Sharma, Vice Chancellor, Bhagwan Mahavir University, Surat. As you said, you have given the introduction in detail. I was in Air Force for 20 years in a technical branch. I'm basically an electronics engineer and MBA in operations and MBA in IT, PhD in management studies and PhD in engineering. 20 long years I spent in Air Force and then 2 years in software company. And then I joined academics in 2002. Since then I am in academics, doing something for the students and see whatever I have learned, whatever I have done in the Air Force and industry. I wanted to convey this knowledge to the student community, and that's why I have shifted from industry to this academics. And I think I'm doing well by giving the technical information to the students as well as the fraternity, teaching fraternity. I'm in Bhagwan Mahavir University right now as Vice Chancellor. This university has come up last year only, 2019. Although Bhagwan Mahavir Education Foundation is working since 2002, we had about 15 colleges in this group till last year. Last year when we were converted into Bhagwan Mahavir University, we got the permission last year. We have gone for 28 colleges in this one. We added some more courses and now we are having 28 colleges in this university. We have around 10,000 plus students, around 850 teaching staff. Altogether more than 1,000 staff we are having. It is spread out in 20 acres of land and is the central place of Surat. So having an experience of 18 years in a group of institutions from engineering studies, diploma engineering, degree engineering, pharmacy, MBA, MCA, management studies, BBA, BCA. We are having all these colleges right now also. Pharmacy, we are having architecture. Then we are having nursing also, science and technology. So we have an international school here and we have a lot of sports facilities of international level. So all these things are there and we are focusing on the futuristic options for the students. Let's see how far we can go.
Yeah. Wonderful, sir. That's really good to hear about you and the university. And I hope both the university and you achieve greater heights in the coming years. On that note, let's start with the first question, which is, you have held key positions at various educational institutes throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that has kept you connected with the education sector in general?
See, there are a few points which I would like to highlight here. Most of the colleges and educational institutions, what I have observed that the people, those who are teaching, they have never seen the outside world. If I have the teaching fraternity who has experienced the industrial revolution, industrial experience if they have, they'll be better off in teaching. So being from Air Force, being from such an organization where everything is we don't do any mistake by mistake also, and the quality is very high, targeted for 100% achievement. So if I give the information, or if the people, those who are working from the industries, and they come and join us and they give the information, that will be a better one as far as the knowledge transformation is concerned. So looking into all these things, we have developed a system in this and we are teaching.
It was really wonderful to hear about your experience in academics also, and the industry experience. And on that note, let's move on to our next question, which is, being the Vice Chancellor of Bhagwan Mahavir University, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for marketing and administration of your university?
See, when you talk about the marketing and administration, see, we don't go for a high level of marketing by telling the people, giving banners, posters and other things. We believe in inclusive growth, inclusive marketing. If my students are well trained, if they get a placement, then there is no point of telling everybody, yeah, I am doing what I am doing. My students, if they are trained well and they are placed well in the society, either in a service, job or doing business, so mouth to mouth publicity is there, and that is what is the marketing. And we want that exact things should come up and the people should know what we are doing and how we are doing. And the students are floating in. There is no problem. We have 10,000 plus students. We are going ahead with the other infrastructure also, because we are expecting more and more students, because the quality level of teaching, we believe in quality level of teaching. We don't only believe in quantity, we believe in quality. And as far as the administration is concerned, it's very good, and we are student centric. So we have 28 colleges, 28 directors, deans, and a lot of HODs and faculties. So administration is one thing where we are doing a distribution and delegation of the powers. We are delegating the responsibility, and we are giving the authority to down the line level. And everybody is very clear. As I said, I am from defense. War plan is made. Nobody should ask during war what I should do. Sir, what I should do now. As per the situation, everything is laid down in principle. We have to follow all the rules and regulation and take the decision as per the regulations. So everything is laid down. Everybody knows what is their job and they should do it. And we have the monitoring facilities. So down the line, the things are being monitored. If I want to pass in information down the line to the students, yes, I can pass. With one click, the information will go to all the students or all the staff members. And any information which I need from down the level to my level, I get the information in my monitor. So I can monitor sitting here, I can monitor the whole campus, even with the cameras and with the information which is put in Google Drive and the software, specially designed software. So I get to know minute-to-minute reporting is there on that one. And we have training, teaching and learning process. Teaching and learning, who is taking class, what time he has gone for the class, what subject is being taken, and how many students are present. I get the information. So that is how we are managing the administration here. And marketing, we don't need any marketing. The students, they know very well. These are the subjects are being taught. And we have catered, as I said, from engineering to pharmacy to architect, all sort of courses are there. 200 plus courses are there. So, and if the quality of education is high, the people are rushing in. But then, in next 5 years, again, we are planning for something else. Let's see how far we can go. Only thing is that we want to cater to the society, to the students. We want to give the best to the students so that they can get a livelihood of their own, either by getting a job or by doing the business. And we have catered to both. Skill development is one of the most important part for us. We believe in skill development. The 4 years training we give to get a placement. And we are not worried about the placement. We are worried about the training. if I give the training to the students, skill development, soft skill as well as technical skill training, so there is no point why the industry will not take. Recently, we had a mega job fair. About 6,000 students were registered. About 300 plus company came.
Okay.
1,500, 2,500 were shortlisted. 1,500, of course, they have been taken by the company. And you will not believe the first day itself, we got 50 students appointed. Mm-hmm. So, thing is that, are we doing a quality job? If we are training to the students skill development, which is lagging, I know the things are lagging. We are quantifying the quality everywhere in the system. But if I look into the quality development, keeping aside the quantity, then the things are done. We are proactive. We know what is requirement of the industry, and hence we try to do so. As we are university now, we are autonomous. We will be developing our own syllabus, and we have done it. Our board of studies have done this one. They have marginally shifted towards the industry curriculum, and the industry people are coming in here in the campus, and they are taking the practical aspects of the lecturing. Although our professors are there, but we have opened our center of excellence here. Center of excellence, where skill development and this technical, soft skill and technical skill. These two things are focused, and we are working on. Rather, we are focusing on research aspects also. So we are open to all the students come up and do the research. Our pharmacy students, two of the pharmacy students, they got patent of to the medicines of diabetes. Although diabetic medicines are of tablets sort of thing, but they have made it converted into jelly, and it is being adopted by many of the people. So this way we are trying to promote the research also, skill, soft skill and technical skill, and these things are required by the industry with the latest happening in the industry. Why industry will not take? And looking into this one, that most of the people, both the students are placed, the input is very high. We have to take a limit we have to make. Most of the students are not able to take the admission, but then we are trying to increase our capacity also as we are university. Let's see, in coming days we'll be giving to the admission to everybody.
Wonderful, sir. So that's really great to hear that you have implemented what essentially you have learned at your days during the when you were in defense, and trying to implement the same at the university. And on that note, let's move on to our next question. There's a lot of changes in the industry, and there's always a new skill set that the students should be aware about, or should be they should have learned about it in the colleges initially. So what are the key factors, or how does the curriculum of Bhagwan Mahavir University ensure that the best practices of the industry are followed, and when the students graduate from your college, they are industry ready and job ready, and ready to face the challenges of the industry and life in general?
Yeah, madam. Main thing is this: we are growing as far as the industry growth is concerned. We are growing. Industries are coming up. In a few years, it will be a good number in this one, and we need the manpower for that one. And if there is a vacancy, there is a requirement of the people, I need to understand what all the companies are there, what all the profiles are there, and what they need actually. Engineers are required, pharmacists are required, architects are required. If I understand the atmosphere, and if I am rightly checking into what is the requirement of the industries, and if I fulfill the requirement of the industry, the students are ready, industry ready, and the company will take them. For that, what we have done on two folds. One is the syllabus. Now we are university, we have the BOS, Board of Studies, and we have shifted towards the classroom studies to practical studies. Earlier we were having 70-30 ratio of theory and practical. We are shifting slowly, 60-40 we have done. 40%. We may go little ahead in the practical aspects also, but then most of the things will be done by the knowledge will be gained by the students in the practical aspects, although theory will be there. This is one thing. We have tied up with almost right now we have 50 MOUs with the industries, and it's in pipeline, 100 odd is in pipeline. What we are doing, we are calling the industry people to our campus to give them training. Although we have all the equipments, but whatever equipment is not there, or otherwise industry think that we need to put this equipment inside the campus and teach. Yes, we allow them. They come, they put the equipment, their people come and they teach practically. They teach what is happening in the industry. Besides the theory classes. Theory classes are simultaneously going on by our professors. But the practical things, what is happening, it is being blended. Like a theory, which is the latest one, and the practical, which is happening in the industry. If these two things, we try to blend it. And then see the growth. When the students pass out semester by semester, they understand what is the requirement of the industry and what we are studying is going to be adopted or required by the industry, which I am having. The student is having. So they will be placed. And this is our pattern. We are tied up with international universities also. But then that is later on. We will be sending our students to the foreign countries. And the faculties from foreign countries will be coming. So we are making it global, local to local. We are making it global one. So we have some of the faculties from South Africa, Brazil. They are teaching architecture subjects, and our students are going to Germany. Recently, they were in US. Canada. So we are working on the holistic approach. We are trying to make the students aware of the industry situation, and we are providing them the platform of the theory and practical so that the industry requirement is fulfilled by our students, and that is we are changing the syllabus and the pattern of teaching and learning process, and hence I have seen the result. Most of the students were placed, but then not only placement we are working on, but we are equally well. We are in Gujarat. Surat is in Gujarat. The entrepreneurship is the most important thing. Most of the students want to do their own business. Hence, we have divided into two parts. Those who want to go in the industry for job, yes, we will be providing them platform as a mega job fair, and at least the company will be coming and taking them. Those who want to go for a business or want to develop their own business, we have the facility in the Center of Excellence system, whereby we have tied up with Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Udyog Bhavan, Gandhinagar, Government of Gujarat. The people from government, they will be coming here, they will be teaching them how to do the business. They will be taking the workshop from where they can get fund, from where, what is the regulations, from how the land acquisition can be taken place, what is the market research studies says on which product. They'll be teaching on this one. And most of the students I could see, I'm not working on much on placement, and that is obviously it is being done. But I am working on the entrepreneurship development and the small scale project and startups projects we are working on, and the government is helping us to do this one. So why we should not go for entrepreneurship development? And then most of the students, they are taking training, and when they go out, they establish their own business, and it is working very fine. So whenever some parents come, they ask, what is your placement percentage here? I said, please do not ask the placement percentage. I want my students to get a livelihood when they go out, either by way of business, doing their own business, or by way of getting a job. Both the things, if I am able to cater, yes, the people are very happy and they are doing some business of their own. So we are assisting on that, and this way the total curriculum is based on that one. Not only the theory classes, yes, whatever is stratified by UJC, number of hours and number of lectures. We are doing so, but then these things are being done other than normal study hours. So evening classes are there, extra companies are coming, evening classes are being conducted, the students are joining, and they get the additional knowledge. So from my side, from the university side, we are focusing, we are planning the things, and equally we expect from the company side, equally we are expecting from the student side to take interest. And if these three things are blended together, the result has to be there. And that is what is our study function.
Wonderful. So that's really great to hear that, you have picked up so many initiatives and started so many initiatives in Bhagwan Mahavir University. And that should definitely take Bhagwan Mahavir University to greater heights. And on that note, let's move on to our last question, which is, students are always searching about information on the internet. They want to know what makes a university great, or what university they should be joining essentially, and what makes it better from the peer university. So what is that one thing or the USP of Bhagwan Mahavir University that you would like the aspiring students to know?
The USP will be quality education. Not only the quality education, but value-based quality education. We want to educate the people. We don't want that the people should be qualified. We prefer quality education before the quantity, or rather the degree. Yes, the university is there, they have the curriculum, they will be passing out, they will be getting the degree. But are they educated? Are they skilled enough to sustain in the society? Our USP is that we want to give livelihood. If I go to MBA, I say there, give me 2 years of your life. We'll give you next 60 years, 70 years of your professional career. If I go to engineering, I say give me 4 years to this BMU, to our faculties, come to the classes, listen to the lectures, do the practical, do the assignments. Give me 4 years. We will give you next 70 years of your professional career. That is our mission.
Wonderful, sir. That's really wonderful, sir. On that note, I'd just like to, hear some closing remarks from your end. Any suggestions? The situation currently is very difficult given the current COVID situation. Any suggestions that you'd like to give the current youth and aspiring students and to guide them in the right direction?
2 things I would like to tell. Let it be any situation. As per the situation, we have to work on that. The situation changes very fast, but we cannot wait for the situation to come to the normal. As I said, I am from defense. Every time the situation is new, and spot decision is to be taken. And a spot decision, we have to change our thinking, change our strategy, and implement it. In this COVID-like situation, we have started online classes from 23rd of March itself. As soon as the lockdown was announced, we have started taking classes online for the students. And all of the teachers sitting at home, they have continued the classes. Even we have taken the internal exam online. The software were developed by our own faculties. The classes were taken, the exams were taken. Now admission is going on online. Some of the people, they are coming, those are local, they are coming here in the campus. But most of the admissions, we have a good number of admission. Most of them have taken admission online. And you'll not believe this mega job fair. Mega, we call it mega, every year we conduct mega job fair. And 300 companies. And you will not believe the companies have registered, and the students, job seekers and job providers, both have them registered from Kashmir to Kerala, and from say Rajkot to Assam. Northeast we could not cater, but the companies were from all over. So we have gone online, and the whole placement process was done online on a particular software. And our faculties assisted this job fair, and we have catered the people and the industry from Rajkot to Assam, Kashmir to Kerala. So this was a unique experience for us also, and taking online classes was a unique experience. Only thing I want to say, every situation is not comfortable for everyone, but we need to make it comfortable. We want to do it. Whatever we want to do it, we can do it. Only thing is that minor correction in the system is required to be done as per the situation. And only last point I want to tell all the students, be sincere, be dedicated, give the colleges and your professor 3-4 years, whatever is to be given. They will give you rest of the beautiful professional life. So believe on universities, believe on your faculties, do the needful, enjoy the life. Every education institute is doing good for the students, for the prosperity of the country. And I would like to tell, one mass theory is there. MASK, mass theory. I would like to tell all the students, please do have knowledge. If you don't have, take knowledge. Please do have skill. If you don't have, we'll give you. The third thing is attitude. We must have right attitude to do something for the nation. And if these three things, attitude, skill and knowledge, if it is managed, you can do wonders. Whatever you want to achieve in life, you can do so. That is MASK. We call it mass theory. It is developed by BNU, and we implement this for our students. If they don't have knowledge, we give them knowledge. If they don't have skill, yes, we are here to give them skill. Attitude will make it right by means of knowledge and our experience, and then we will tell them how to manage. This is interdisciplinary. Every college we have interdisciplinary sessions. So management people will teach the engineering students also. Engineering faculties will teach the management students also. So this mass theory works out, and we are getting the result. And I believe, and I think, and I expect all the students to go with this mass theory and do their life, make their life beautiful. We are there to help them. That's all.
Wonderful, sir. So it was really great to hear about the mass theory, and I hope that students learn a lot from you also, and while they are at the university. On that note, I'd like to end the interview and thank you for being a part of this initiative and giving us your valuable time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.